So for today, we're gonna be tackling a combo list, more specifically Ad Nausem. So what this deck tries to do is win the game by having your entire library in your hand. In order to do that, for our win conditions, you have Thassa's Oracle, which means once we have no library, we can cast this card and win the game, because X, even if they kill Thassa's Oracle, is 0. 0 is less than or equal to 0. We win. Or we kill them through a Lightning Storm, where we get to discard a land, put 2 charge counters on it. I'm not quite sure how to do this in MTGO, so we're gonna have to figure that out. But as you can see, we've got 20, looks like 20 exactly lands. So that's going to be our count is 20, meaning we can't really get above. It's X plus 3, so we can't really get above 4 or 5 lands in play to be able to kill our opponent. Now how we get all of our cards into our hand is through Ad Nausem, which says we reveal the top card, we lose life equal to its converted mana cost. We may repeat this process until we so please. Or Spoils of the Vault allows us to dump our deck into the graveyard or into exile, which is how you can win through Thassa's Oracle and Spoils. To prevent yourself from dying to both of those cards, since we lose life for both of these, we run Angel's Grace, so that way we can't lose this turn. And then we also run phyrexian unlife, which says we don't lose the game for having 0 or less life. And then if we were to be dealt damage at 0 or less, we would be dealt damage through infect. Both of these keyword is loss of life, so they don't actually deal damage to us. To help us get to the mana cost of 5 for the Ad Nausem, we have Pentad Prisms and Lotus Blooms. This helps us accelerate out cards faster than we should be able to. And to help us with a bit of digging, we've got Serum Visions and Sleight of Hands, and then a Singleton Pact of Negation, so that way if they try to stop us, we can stop them from stopping us. And that's the rundown of the main board. For our sideboard, what we've got going on is we've got 2 Thoughtseize to stop them if they're a combo deck, the 3 Slaughter Pact in case they play a creature that we need to deal with, the 3 more Pact of Negation in case they're a counterspell deck, 2 Spell Pierce again in case they're a counterspell deck, Echoing Truth in case they're either Storm and play Empty the Warrens, or Titan Field type deck and get out of Field of the Dead early. And then a Leyline of Sanctity in case they have hand disruption, we can stop them from being able to hurt us or hit us. And that's the rundown of the sideboard as to why we're running these cards. I don't know exactly what we cut for what, so this will be a fun one. And wish us luck as we try to win some games with our first run through of Ad Nausem. See you guys in the matches. We lost the die roll. Oh well. Let's have some fun and see if we can't Ad Nausem some people to death. Okay. Well, we've got the Spoils, we've got a Clearwater, we've got a Serum Visions and a Seachrome Coast. All we need is a Thassa's Oracle here. We'll try it. Okay, we're facing Sorry, I said we're facing, that I didn't say the deck. We're facing hardened scales. This visions draw. Neat. Bottom, bottom. Last turn. There's an ink moth. Lotus bloom comes down a bit. There's an ad nauseum. Sleight of hand. Unlife. Guess we'll put one into hand. And go with lanes past turn. Arcbound worker comes down. They make a servo. Sounds good. This will happen. Lotus bloom comes down a bit. Then we draw a Seachrome Coast. That's nice. And play out the unlife. Pass the turn. Next turn we have Ad Nauseum into... I think we can do this. Land. Ad Nauseum. Yeah. So land Ad Nauseum. We get 48 cards. We then do red and blue or red and white. Or Pentad Prism. Prism hits. And we go to town. Right, because this Lotus blooms this right now. Cast Lotus Bloom. And a temple. So let's lay out the plains. Triple black to Ad Nauseum. Repeat. Opponent concedes. All right. Well, unfortunate that we don't get to practice the Ad Nauseum loop, but we do have it there. We draw our deck, and then we have 2 blue to play the Thassa's Oracle. Interesting as to what we want here. They don't really have counter magic, so Pact of Negation can come out. We didn't see if they're black green or mono green. If they're mono green, bringing in Leyline of Sanctity is bad. If they're black green, bringing in Leyline of Sanctity is great. We could bring in a Thoughtseize here to try to just disrupt them. We could also just have Echoing Truth. It's a Thoughtseize, why not? Okay. So if we go Temple into Slight. I mean, it's just the Oracle away from winning. Temple, Scry, see Oracle, laugh as we can win. Okay, there's the Land War. Entered tapped. Upkeep, we draw. Dark Slick, that's alright. This will happen. Monkey's on top. We will put Monkey to the bottom. And pass the turn. Ink Moth, Steel Overseer. Alright. Steel Overseer makes me go that this is a very old list because I have not seen Overseer in a long time. This, we draw Lotus Bloom. We'll go ahead and suspend that. Not that we need it. But that sleight of hand. We'll put Ad Nausem into hand. And play out a... So... if we accelerate out Pentad Prism here, we'd have 4/5 mana next turn. And doesn't buy us anything. Second Ink Moth hardened scales. They can animate 1 and hit us for 3. That's probably their correct line. Or animate both, put counters on both, and then they have 6, and then they get 4 next turn. If they have a land drop. Okay. So we are dead on board if they have a land drop. Gemstone. Blue, black, Pentad Prism. Hope they don't have the land drop. And we're staring at 4. Okay. Make sure they do this correctly. That, they tap for counters. We could do Angel's Grace. Angel's Grace doesn't save us. We could spoils for something. I mean, we go ahead and concede. So next turn, we would have had it. Okay. Bring in Slaughter Pact, remove Thoughtseize, cut. A Slight and a Visions. Meh. We just need to be fast and hope that they don't have double Ink Moth and Steel Overseer. Okay, we've got a Slaughter Pact, we've got a Spoils, so we just need a way to not die. We've got 8 cards that do that. We don't have any ramp. One mulligan to 5. Begin with the Temple of Deceit, Scry, Sea Chrome Coast. Bottom for now. Just from the aspect of it's not what we're looking for. Having both the win cons here is a bit weird, but so they do have black mana. We just didn't see any black the first 2 games. Upkeep, we draw that. That's a pretty good draw. We see temple. I kind of like that, but it doesn't matter to do the temple since we know what's on top. We should have just played out of plains or gemstone caverns and passed. Doing what we did, how we did it is incorrect. That arcbound worker, they can graft if they so please. They do. Well, that's interesting. I kind of just want to kill that before they get a creature down. I'll go gemstone mine, sleight of hand, angel's grace on the top, and that'll do it, right? Yeah, because we go angel's grace, spoils, Akhan's run, and get there. Yeah. Opponent has to kill us right here, right now. I doubt they're doing that. They've got an arcbound worker. Could we go plains, angel's grace, gemstone mine onto spoils, spoils for abandon reason? Just waiting for the turn back here. Thoughtseize. Yep. I mean, they take one of the combo pieces. Probably the Angel's Grace. Because it's the only one that we've got one of. I mean, you either take Angel's Grace to the bin or Thassa's Oracle or Spoils. Because Ad Nausem, we're a ways away from casting that. Opponents having fun. Messaging saying they think they chose the right line. I mean, the simple answer is they take something here, we slaughter pack their Arcbound worker, and they don't get these modular counters. Because we can pay for the slaughter pact. So they take the spoils. Go ahead and get rid of that. And pay to prevent. Play out of planes, pass the turn. We are quite a ways away mana-wise, but you never know. Opponent doesn't have a lot at this point. Granted, neither do we. Well, there's an Overseer. That gemstone mine. So we're one land away. Okay. One land off the top here, and we go Angel's Grace Ad Nauseum. And kill him with Lightning Storm. The second hardened scales. We're not dead to the Ink Moth. Because this is only a 4/4. We're dead next turn. So we need untapped land off the top. Ad Nauseum will not do it. Right? Because that's another 3. So 6. Okay, there's a Pinhead Prism. That's good for us. There's an Ad Naus. Alright, and we die. Cool. You rarely see this in Modern. I mean, you see hardened scales plenty of times. I don't know what opponent's talking about. I could have stopped on this city, played the land, played a... and then visions. But we're still just dead to the Inkmoth Nexus. Alright. So almost had it, but opponent faked us out real hard there, making us think that they were mono green hardened scales, and then had the black splash into the Thoughtseize exactly on time to prevent us from comboing off. Good on opponent. It would help if I was paying attention. You on the die roll. This hand has a lot of Pinhead Prisms. We'll keep it and see what happens. We shouldn't keep a hand like this. As seeing we need to draw a win condition here. Temple of Deceit. Scry, keep that on top. And now we're golden. As long as we can find one piece of interaction. This'll happen, that'll happen. We do this. We go white, blue, Pentad on 2. Opponent has the spell snare. Neat. If only I didn't have 2 more of those where that came from. That on 2. Land past turn. Opponent fetched and shocked there. Interesting. Has the Abrade. Sure. You're just gonna have it all against me, opponent? You're just gonna keep the perfect hand against Ad Nauseum? So they now have Force of Negation mana. Unlife, show me your counter magic. Let's see the Archmage Charm. Yep. They just have it all. Gotta love playing against encounters. Pentad Prism. Snap Snare. Neat. Good on opponent. Having it all. I wish I could be opponent. Opponent's down to 2 cards in hand, though. So if we can just hit... Okay, yeah, they get their Archmage's Charm. We just need to hit a win condition here. Fun. They draw 2. Let me guess. Now they fetch with the Misty Rainforest and get Advanced Sanctuary and put Archmage's Charm back on top. Oh my god. How do we know? I hate... Just... If Mystic Sanctuary wasn't a fetchable card, it'd be fine. It's the fact that Mystic Sanctuary is fetchable that makes control miserable to play against once they have a counterspell in the yard. Oh. They're just instantly going for that, huh? So they've got 2 mana here. We need... Oracle. That's not Oracle. Darkslick Shores. Pass turn. Lightning Storm. Interesting. We can put that on bottom. As seeing it's completely uncastable for us. At the moment. So they opt. They put the card on top, so they liked it. That's unfortunate. Snapcaster gets in for 2. A second spoils, huh? Play out the plains and pass the turn. So the problem here is with a second spoils, we don't win. So we can grace, we can spoils, we can spoils. We only have 1 set of double blue then. Yeah. So we need another blue land. Suspend a Lotus Bloom, pass the turn. Paying costs bolts us. Sure. Bolt, snap, bolt. Nope. Didn't have bolt, snap, bolt. We go down to 5 here. Lotus Bloom ticks down. We draw yet another land. Now we can go for it. Well, we can't. I mean, we have to. Right? Ideally, we hit Thassa's Oracle on the top here for our draw. That is not a Thassa's Oracle. So, opponent's got 6 cards in hand. Play the land down. Let's see if they have the Snap Bolt. Okay, well, there's Snap and Bolt. And I mean, we could Angel's Grace and then Spoils for Lightning Storm, which we know is at the very bottom. Yeah, we're not getting there. Control players, having it all. Always great. Always fun. Gotta love Magic. Okay. Anyway. The sideboard. Thoughtseize, get in here. Pact of Negation, get in here. Spell Pierce, get in here. Lightning Storm can come out. And no, I like Lightning Storm. I guess it's just shave on numbers of our non-vital win cons. But what if all the decks were mill decks? I mean, that'd be pretty great. I'd like that. Mill doesn't do a lot. Okay. Yeah, we'll try that. If everything's a mill deck, is anything a mill deck? We'll take the play here. We've got Thoughtseize, Lotus Bloom, Spoils, Angel's Grace. Yeah, this is keepable. Temple of Deceit, we scry. Not what we want on the top. So do that. Suspend this. Pass the turn. Because then we have Thoughtseize. And based on how that goes, we'll see if we have a shot against this opponent. Lotus Bloom ticks down. We do this. Go ahead and Thoughtseize opponent. See what we can hit. Opponent's playing a Scalding Tarn. Opts. Liked the card on top. And Force of Negation. Let's see it. Yep. And the Force of Negation pitching a Snapcaster Mage. Meaning opponent's hand is filled with counter magic, and they don't want us to see that it's filled with counter magic. I don't get the reasoning behind them ever doing this, but they do it every single time without fail. Play out the Gemstone Mine and pass the turn. We need a win con or a draw con at this point. The shock there is terrible for us. Lotus Bloom comes off suspend. We get to cast the card. Neat, they're countering it. It's a good thing we didn't need that card. Spell Pierce, 1 turn late. Okay. We need... Off the top here, we need Thassa's Oracle. Or Lightning. It's a nice Blood Moon opponent. No. We need to sleight, see what we see. Put Sleight of Hand into hand. Play Sleight of Hand. And suspend that and pass the turn. Opponent opts. And they like the card that they saw on top, which is troublesome for us because that could mean Blood Moon. Our sideboard card for the Blood Moon is still in the sideboard, so not looking too hot for us. Okay. Interesting choice. That'll happen. We now have Pact of Negation. Thassa's Oracle off the top wins us this game. Well, no. We don't have double blue. Sure, Snap Opt. Sounds good to me. Because you're a mana away from Snap Charm. They like the card. They drew it. Okay. They shock in a Steam Vince here and passes the turn. It's us for 2. Lotus Bloom slowly coming down. White, blue, Pentad Prism here. Let's see if they feel this warrants counter magic. All right, they're smart. Destroys an artifact. Opponent, you're real nice. Second time they've done that. And then they're drawing some cards. Yeah. And playing Opt. Gotta love counter magic. I mean, we fold the interaction, so I'm not... I'm sounding complaining, but it's guaranteed that we're just going to lose to any deck that interacts with what we're trying to do. So it's just basically a given, and I'm just upset that what is going to be a loss, most likely, is going to be a loss. Partially because we just can't draw what we need to, apparently. Partially because they've got answers to everything. Doing those two things. So we could Pact of Negation this Cryptic to stop them from drawing and countering. However, that sounds fine to me. We draw Sleight of Hand. And there's our Oracle, which is what we need. Hoping opponent won't have counter magic next turn. That's a far-fetched fantasy as far as I'm concerned. This'll happen. Opponent's paying costs here. Gaining control. I mean, we'll sack it, add triple red. Angel's Grace. We can't lose the game. We need blue land off the top here. Awkward. So we could spoils for another Angel's Grace. Or spoils for Ad Nausem. While we can't lose. Doesn't buy us anything though. We'll just rip this split second or another Angel's Grace off the top here. We go down to 12. One's got 3 cards in hand. A lightning storm. Interesting. So we've got both win cons in hand. Opponent goes snap charm. Why would you not snap charm draw 2? I guess because the scry allows you to put it to the bottom if it's a card you don't want. Instead of just being stuck with a 1 card. We're being stuck with both cards. We go down to 8. We need Angel's Grace or Unlife off the top here. And for that spell to resolve. Unlife. Alright. Cryptic Bounce. Can't stop that. So that, and then they get to launch their hand into the bottom of their deck. Yep. Puts 3 on bottom. Draws 4. Oh, puts 2 on bottom, so they liked one of the cards. That's not good. That means that it's counter magic. Right. Going down to 4, meaning we're dead on board. Temple of Deceit. This, you, Pentad Prism. Bottom. At this, red. Monkey for a blocker. Vendilion click? I mean, we still lose to a V click. Yep. Losing to blue-red control. Not surprising. Like I said, Ad Nausem does not have fun against counter decks, and blue-red control is a hard counter deck, as evidenced by the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 counter spells in their graveyard, and the Snapcaster Mage is also exiled. So they swing with everything, and we lose. But hey, we'll die with dignity. And there we go. Losing 0-2 to control. All right. Waiting on opponent. We've got a Nausem, we've got a Spoils, we've got a Lotus Bloom, we've got a Pinted Prism, we've got a Sleight of Hand. Yeah. Only thing we're missing is an Angel's Grace or a Phyrexian Unlife. And our turn. Pop. I don't like seeing Wooded Foothills pass. It makes me think some form of Panza, and we're not going to have fun against the Panza deck. Okay, Lightning Storm's interesting. Suspend Lotus Bloom, play Temple of Deceit, scry here. We see a land. I kind of like that. Radiant Fountain. Okay. Okay, opponent's on something strange. I like it though. This, that, and another thing. Suspend comes down. Clearwater happens. We'll go ahead and play this as the Clearwater. Go black, blue, Pinted Prism. Pass the turn to opponent. We'll have plenty of mana soon. We'll just need to find the Angel's Grace, which we can spoils for. Blast Zone on 1. Dryad, yeah. And a field. Okay, I dislike what our opponent's doing now. We went from some neat deck into a Dryad field deck. I'm never a fan because this means they probably are running Primeval Titan, and they'll have enough mana next turn. We're not dead. So, question. No, we can't do that. Okay. We could... Interesting concept. If opponent doesn't kill us this turn, we could Ad Nausem until we find Angel's Grace, and then win when we get the turn back, because this Lotus Bloom would be coming off. No. Second Spoils is fun. We'll do that and pass. Kill me now, opponent. Show me that you've got prime time. Well, there's the Valakut, which enters tapped. But then they have the castle. So this Plus, show me your Valakut or your prime time. No. Okay. Instep spoils. Name Angel's Grace. Don't die to our own spoils. Cool. Suspend. This happens. Cast. Don't know what opponent's trying to do here. Interesting. Okay. Add white, Angel's Grace. Black spoils. Can we name Akon's Run? Nope. We will name Abandoned Reason. We do not have a card named Abandoned Reason. We go to -34. Blue, the Thassa's Oracle, win the game. There we go. Beating Titan. So we know we're facing Titan, meaning we get to have fun and try to not die to Titan. Playland of Sanctity, so we can't die to Valakuts. Other than that, Echoing Truth. Try to buy time as far as what we want to cut. Act of Negation seems mediocre. Then Slight Serum. Bloom. Like that. Neat. The corner's already lined up, so this is just okay. Oh, that's interesting. I need to fix that. This is an interesting hand, strictly from the point of it does nothing, but it has all the pieces to do everything. We don't keep, though. Man. We're putting 2 on bottom. I guess let's put spoils on bottom. Put spoils and bloom on bottom. We're just probably not going to get there. that, this will happen. A2, we have the Pentad Prism. Do this for blue. Sleight of hand. Find ourselves a land. That's the turn. The Field of the Dead plus Reclaimer. Sure. Scry with the Temple. We see a Lightning Storm. Go ahead and bottom that. And we'll pass. Reclamation Shades gets rid of that. I would like to float a white. You got it. You destroyed my Pentad Prism. Oh no. Whatever will I do? You removed him 1 mana. Doesn't really stop what we were planning on doing here. Leyline of Sanctity is interesting. Bit on the late side there. Play out this land. Play out the black side and do another Pentad Prism. Now we need land into Angel's Grace. Triple white, Skyclave. Neat. Eats my Pentad Prism. Okay. Opponents just got it all. Kidding, they had 2 pieces of interaction, which is enough to make Ad Nauseam, especially when Ad Nauseam mulls to 5. Pretty much dead in the water. They're not presenting much of a threat, though. Temple on top, Gemstone on top. Because we can go Gemstone Leyline. Temple, see what we see. Because there's the Dryad, which is not great for us. And there's a castle, which is not great for us. But we won't be dead because we're dropping down this Leyline of Sanctity, so they can't use Valakut. Assuming I did the tops correctly. I did. Cool. Leyline of Sanctity. And so that way I'm not dead to Valakut. Sacrifice that. Okay. Interesting choice by opponent. Okay, so they call. They won't have mana to castle. They get Eidolon of Rhetoric. Okay. How do we beat that card? We don't. With what we brought in, we don't. Okay. Opponent's gonna win. We'll scry with the Temple of Deceit here, and then we take lethal. And bottom that card. Exile the monkey and kill ourselves with the Ad Nauseam. And we're gonna be losing to a good old 3, 2, 1. We leave 1 in case we were alive. All right. And we go again. This time we bring in things to deal with. Do we, or do we just try to be faster? Tempted to just try to be faster. Like, I'm not opposed to bringing in these packs, but I don't know what we'd cut. This Echoing Truth isn't that great. Unlife is mediocre at best. And then 2 and 2. No, it's probably cut all the slights. Visions is just better. Shave there, shave on a monkey? Sure. Makes it so that way we have a hard time casting Lightning Storm, but we're fine. This I would love to take the play. Sure. Go ahead and play the Murk Water so that way we have a way to... Interesting. That way we can pay for the Slaughter Pact. At this point, we now just need an Ad Nauseam. And lands. Well, but we've got the Lotus Plume coming down, so just an Ad Nauseam. Okay. They shock that in. Collector, oof. Alright. I like what opponent's trying to do here. Unlife, pass turn. Okay. They have that active. They gain some life. They play a Reclaimer. Okay. Slaughter Pact. Go ahead and pay for the pact. Have that come off the spin to cast it. And there's our Ad Nauseam, so we win next turn. Unless they have another oof. No, we don't win next turn. We don't have blue. We don't have double blue. We can make double blue though. Right, we'll have at least one land untapped. 3, 4, 5. And then we draw our deck. We can go non-red, red, Pentad Prism for 2, and then Thassa's Oracle for double blue. Yeah, we're fine as long as they don't have another roof. I mean, I guess if they have Pact of Negation. Reclamation Shade. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. What we destroy in here? You gotta pick. I mean, you pick the Lotus Bloom, right? If they don't pick Lotus, if they pick the ley line here, they lose. Okay, they picked that. Is that to any target? Meaning we could kill Reclaimer. We'll just sack for 3 white and pass. Cry. Valakut. What you targeting, bud? Targeting yourself with Valakut triggers. Interesting. Yeah, because they can say no. It's a May. And swings for 2. Sounds good. This'll happen. Clear water. Make it murk water. Pass the turn. 1 land away. Well, 1 land away from being able to Ad Nausem. That they sack Radiant Fountain to go get themselves, I guess, Garenberg, if they have Titan in hand. So 1 land here allows us to go Ad Nauseum, and we'll have double monkey play a Pentad Prism for 1 into monkey Pentad Prism for 2, and Thassa's Oracle. Ghost Quarter, that's a fun one. So Ghost Quarter hits 1 of these. We go get our other basic. Ramun app, and now they're going to try to just Ghost Quarter us out of the game. Or Ghost Quarter us off of blue. That's the last one, which is unfortunate. Yep. Ad Nauseam. $16, $15, $14, $13, $12, $10, $9, $8, $7, $6, $5, $4, $3, $2, $1. No. One monkey, two monkey. Do we have third monkey? Yes. One monkey, two monkey, three monkey. Lightning storm, target the player. And apparently I don't get to do anything there. Fun. Nope. Apparently holding I don't know how to hold priority. Okay. Opponent has Ghost Quarter again. That's fine. Doesn't matter. I still win. Because you Ghost Quarter here doesn't matter. I have more than enough. Sure. Yeah, I'll take this damage. Neat. So I need to learn how to hold priority, apparently. Because I thought I knew how. We draw a card. We play the gemstone mine. Tap for black, tap for 1, Pentad Prism on 2. Do this. Sunburst with 2 colors, double blue. Thassa's Oracle trigger. Okay. So we won there. Hold to auto mana is that. When held, left clicking a permanent with multiple mana abilities will automatically do that. Hold to keep priority is control. Okay. That would be why. I was holding W thinking W was hold to priority. No. Control is hold to priority. Okay. I mean, we got there because I set it up so that way in case I was wrong. Again, this is a case of MTGO stuff versus not MTGO stuff. So not relevant to anything that isn't MTGO, but if you're playing on MTGO, control is hold to priority, not W. And so if you're trying to cast Lightning Storm to kill your opponent, you got to be holding control, not W. We still got there. So we are 1-2. And I'll see you guys in match 3. Yeah, this hand looks good. There we go. Quick fix. But hey. An amulet deck. Oh no. They might be able to kill us here quick. And can they kill us quicker than we can kill them? Hmm. We're looking for a... I guess it doesn't matter too much. We just... Well, it does. We need to not be dead to them on turn 4. Unlife is fine. Because that allows us to go turn 2, Pintad Prism, turn 3, Unlife, turn 4, Ad Nauseam. Hope that they don't have the kill. Okay, Growth Chamber, this, they bounce. Growth Chamber, they play out Dryad. They now have... Ooh, okay. They played a Field of the Dead instead. Opponent's going with a slightly greedier line than I would have. But hey, I'll let opponent do what they want. I don't think we're dead. I mean, we could still very easily be dead. No, they can have prime time this turn. But they won't have online Valakut. Because this, they can replay. And they'll have enough mana to prime time. Get themselves Valakut and something here. Or Slayers, yeah, Valakut and the haste thing. Now, do they have Double Strike? Probably not. They swing for 8. They get 2 different name cards here. Vesuva. They just make 18 damage off of Valakut. That'll do it. That'll do it. Okay. Leyline of Sanctities come in. Slaughter packs come in. Half tempted to bring in Pact of Negation. I think it's Thoughtseize though. I don't think we need the Pact of Negation. So we need to be faster. Lotus Bloom's a bit on the slow side. It's not terrible since we're on the play. Shave 2 sleight of hands. Shave 2 more. And get rid of a guide. Get rid of a visions. Let's see how that goes. All right, I would love to take the play. So let's see. And doesn't do anything until we draw Oracle Mulligan. And doesn't do anything until we draw. Okay, this is keepable. As far as what we're putting on bottom, we're putting Grace and a Prism down. Start off with a Leyline of Sanctity, do that. Murkwater Pathway, Thoughtseize our opponent. Their hand is Azusa, Amulet, Ghost Quarter, and a Boreal Grazer. Get rid of the Amulet. Just slows them down a bit. Turn Timbers played, Grazers played. They can either go, they go with the Hanweir. All right. So we now know their hand except for 1 card. We draw that. Not opposed to getting down this Pintad Prism. We're on the hope they don't have artifact destruction. Ghost Quarter played. Azusa played. Nope. Explorers instead. Valakut, sure. Ghost Quarters away our land. That is fine. I would love to use it because we've got lands in the deck. Unlife is fun. Do that. We'll go ahead and get down the unlife. Just that way we're not dead to whatever opponent's trying to do here. We can't do much. So there's the Dryad, but they don't have any lands. We know that they've got a Zusa and 2 unknown. Ad Nausem, okay. Azusa comes down. We now don't know any of the cards in their hand. They swing for 2, that's fine. We are 2 lands out here. Pentad Prism's pretty good. As seeing that allows us to have enough next turn. Next turn we have Ad Nausem into win game. Not true. We don't. Well. Yes, win. Through convoluted means, but win. We can either go for the 1 Lightning Storm kill or the Thassa's Oracle win. It's safer to go for the Oracle win. A Force of Vigor on the Pentad Prism and the Unlife. Okay, bud. What'd they exile? A Summoner's Pact? Gets in for 3. Meaning we need multiple things off the top here. Here's a monkey. Not what we need to see. A Force of Vigor. Not one I was expecting. Okay. So we have enough to Ad Nausem. We might just be doing that at their end step here. Because we don't have enough to Ad Naus and Angel's Grace next turn. Yeah, but we've got some time. We'll take 3 here. Bulgaria Rot Farm. They bounce that. They play it. Yep. Five mana. What do we have here? Primal Command. Put on top of Permanence Library. Search for a creature card. Well, let's see what we can see with Ad Nausem. Spoils, Serum, Temple, 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 Angel's Grace, Seachrome Coast, Visions. We're now dead to too much. Say no. That card goes on top. Prime Time hits the field. Play Lang of Sanctity. So they put the card on top. We could play it down. I don't think that's what we want to be doing. Gemstone Mine here. Blue Visions. Because we need to find Oracle. Okay. So bottom, bottom. Now we have Angel's Grace to not be dead to the Valakut. What card did we just put on bottom? Pretty sure we put a Lotus Bloom on bottom. We should have paid attention. We're fine, we're fine, we're fine. We can do this again. That Visions. Put that on bottom. Now put City of Brass on bottom. We now know City of Brass is our bottom card because it's a 1-of in the deck. We have to discard. Discard 2 temples. I need to do that in the other order. Because there's one more Slaughter Pact somewhere in the deck. We can't block, but we can Slaughter Pact. Slaughter Pact the Dryad, we don't lose to Prime Time. And then we have Angel's Grace in our upkeep. Angel's Grace, say no, lose the game, don't lose the game. Spoils for City of Brass. City of Brass is the last card. And then win. Yes. We go to 2. Tricky navigation, but we got there, I think. Sure, you can play down a Prime Time. We're dead to your board state next turn. opponent's searching for stuff. So while they're doing that, let me see. Yeah, City of Brass is a one of. So because we know that card's on bottom, we can name City of Brass. Not that we need the mana, but it is an option. Growth Chamber, they bounce some cards. Cool. Okay. What could they possibly have that is red and one? Dryad. Okay. And now they have one more land to play. They get a Valakut trigger. They try to kill us. We now need the City of Brass. We need Angel's Grace off the top here. Yep. We have to name Angel's Grace with the spoils. Angel's Grace. Fun. We go to... Yeah, we go to -5 and we lose. Because it's loss of life. Yep. So they navigated that perfectly well. I'm not surprised, given to play Amulet Titan, you have to have massive brain. We almost got out of that, so I can't complain. But going 1-3, let's finish this league out and finish the night and see if we can't at least go 2-3, or if gonna be another double 1-4. I will go back to the dark side. Sure, we'll keep this hand. Clear water, do that. Do visions. Bottom. Suspend a Lotus Bloom, pass the turn. A Forest Bird, alright. So facing probably Yorion Toolbox. You this Pentad Prism. Come on down. Utopia Sprawls. Alright. Name's Blue. Goes and gets that. And then has Safari. Phenomenal. And bounces our Pentad Prism. Because Teferi. So this Lotus Bloom is now just a dead card. This sleight of hand. And take the Ad Nauseum. Pass the turn. Yep. That goes to 2. We had a land here. We have Ad Nauseam, Angel's Grace. Has second to fairy. Okay, opponent. Can you stop? Just stop. It's annoying. I get I'm playing Ad Nauseam. I have no right to complain. But oh, there's a monkey. Black, white, Pentad Prism. This sleight of hand. I don't want either of those. I guess we take the Simian. Have to fairy number 3, opponent. Has the Angel's Grace. Shocked it in. Okay, they go for the call. Prime time. Guardian. So they get to flicker their Teferi. My god, man. Yep, uptick. And plays Guardian. Flickers Teferi. Yorion cat combo, y'all. That gets flickered, reset, down tick on our Pentad Prism yet again. And they shocked that in. They have a bird, though. They have anything I can do with this 1 mana? Skyclave Apparition is what was put into hand. Temple of Deceit. Do this. Scry. Pact of Negation. I'll put that on bottom. So you'll go this to white, exile monkey, Pentad Prism. Fast turn. Show me Saheeli right here, right now. Because Skyclave won't do it for you. Actually, Skyclave will, but... yeah, and this eats the bigger one. Uh-huh. Untapped land off the top? Cat gets in for 1. We go down to 19. Unlife. Well, that's interesting. Unlife here. Makes it so that way we have it next turn. Okay. Nath. That's unfortunate. Sure. Opponent gains some life. Opponent has 4 mana. Does not matter how much mana you have or life, opponent, you're dead. Right? Because we can exile, exile, exile. Yeah. You that, exile the monkey. Black 1, Ad Nausem. Make sure we're gonna hold control. Okay, we shall repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. And we have yet to play a land this turn. So we have 2 options. I'm gonna go for the Oracle win here because they could have up counter magic. Okay. And so we go play the pathway, exile the monkey, find ourselves a Pentad Prism here. Blue 1, Pentad on 2. Has Assassin's Trophy. Well, damn. Because I'm just supposed to expect them to have Assassin's Trophy. So it didn't matter there anyway, because even with, if we went the other line of Lightning Storm. Oh, we had Pact of Negation. I'm stupid. Oh, that upsets me. Strictly because we had that. Because it was Assassin's Trophy, not Abrupt Decay. Pact of Negation, Thoughtseize come in. Lotus Blooms can all come out because Teferi is a card. Get rid of that. That upsets me. We had that. I should have known that we had that because we drew our entire deck. So that's a big punt. I mean, I'll keep against the Teferi deck. Seachrome Coast, pass turn. Let me guess, they have a Thoughtseize. Okay, not a Thoughtseize. Visions. Bottom, top. Gemstone mine. It's a ferry. Yep. Unlife, give him something to bounce. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I can't cast Pact of Negation anymore. Scry one, deal one. They're looking for their combo. They put the card on top, which is scary. Spoils. Fun one. Unlife. Fairy goes up. Omnath. Makes sense. That's why they kept the card on top. This time we won't be conceding. Because we know we have plenty of, well, it doesn't matter. It didn't matter that we had Pact of Negation because Teferi. So we lose. We would have lost no matter what. Okay. Now I don't feel so bad. We didn't punt. Oh, there's a cat. Okay. They flicker their Teferi. And doesn't buy you anything. It means that I just have to replay this card. Oh, you've had an activated Saheeli. Making sure they know how to do their combo, since everybody's made me do mine. Opponent made me go through mine. All right. Going 1-4 with Ad Nausem. I mean, when you get the combo, you get the combo. When you face control for, what, 2.5 matches, basically, you're not going to do too hot. So, I'm not paying attention. Oh, those two have summoning sickness, so that means that they have to do this 20 times. Good for them. They can eat some of their clock. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I guess it's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There will be 9 here, so this needs to get to 10, and then you have 2 stack up. And they'll have enough to kill us. I mean, they've already reached enough to kill us, but because we're also at 19. Good old Teferi. So, Ad Nauseam. We didn't do too hot, but that was mainly due to matchups. Like, we had what? Control. We lost to Hardened Scales, which was unfortunate. We lost to Blue-Red Control was Gallinator. Foreign Magra was 4-color cat combo, which has counter magic and also just has Teferi. Yeah. We just mainly lost to matchups, which is a shame for this deck. And that's going to be one of the downsides of Ad Nauseam is you don't always have great matchups. And the matchups that aren't great aren't even close. It was a lot of close games, even though we went 0-2 in a lot of those. They all felt close. We almost got there. Overall, it's an interesting combo deck. Might not be the most powerful combo deck in Modern right now, because Oops All Spells is the thing. But hey, it's fun. It's engaging. There's not much else to really say. If you enjoy this style of deck, it's always a deck that'll be around. There's not really any cards in here that warrant a ban. So it's a pretty safe pickup. Yeah, that's all there really is to say about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next video.